There are different types of hearing aids, big and small, but does the style make a difference? Dr. Gnewikow explains.
Hearing aids have kind of evolved over the years. You know, the very first hearing aid was that. Well, did that work? It really did. It changed the resonant of the qualities of the ear. And then Beethoven, of course, used a horn. Did that help? Yeah, that actually helped. And then back in the 30s, when you thought of a hearing aid, a person was wearing a box and things going up to their ears, and that helped. But over time, things changed. Probably in the 50s, hearing aids went to what were called over the ear with a little molding. So they would lay the hearing aid over the ear, and the little molding would simply fit into the ear canal, and the sound would be transferred through a tube into the ear canal. Now, these show quite a bit, but it was a big improvement over wearing a big box. And then probably in the early 60s, they started using what were called in-the-ear hearing aids. This is an in-the-ear hearing aid, and all of the components are in a shell that would be formed to shape the ear through an impression. And so they simply put this in the ear. It still was pretty obvious to people, you could see it, but it eliminated the piece over the ear, which some people didn't like. And then little by little that transitioned, so they started making them smaller. This is what's called a canal aid. It's even tinier, so it doesn't fill the ear up completely. Does the same thing, although sometimes when you make them smaller, you don't have quite as much power. And then probably in the 70s, they came up with what were called CICs, completely in the canal hearing aid. So you put that in and it goes away and then you can't see it. So what do people need to do? What kind of hearing aid do people need to use? Well, different hearing aids work differently for different types of problems. Generally, the over the ear are used for more severe hearing losses. Moderate losses, you can use about anything. And so there are a couple issues. One is, does the hearing aid meet my particular hearing needs? But the other, which is the biggie, is cosmetic. What is it going to look like? Well, there's a trade-off. If you use the very, very tiny aid, cosmetically it's perfect. You can't see it. But the trade-off is you feel like you've got mud in your ear because you've got the whole device in the ear canal. So over time, we've been able to deal with making your ear feel more open and at the same time giving you really probably better hearing than this. And if you look at my left ear, this is called a RIC. RIC stands for receiver in the canal. So the hearing aid is a little computer and an amplifier, and this particular one has a little wire on it so that the electrical signals from the amplifier go through the wire to a little device on the end called a receiver. It's like a speaker in your ear. The nice thing about this is it gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you the cosmetic advantage so that most people can hardly even see it. If you've got a little hair, you color code the hearing aid to the hair color and it's virtually invisible. But it leaves your ear open so you don't have the sensation of having an ear that's completely crammed up all the time. Now, I have both kinds of hearing aids. I strongly prefer the one over the ear that leaves my ear open because it's more comfortable. But the bottom line is, if you have a hearing loss, most any type of hearing aid will help you to a degree. Use the hearing aid that you will wear. So if you say, oh, this is absolutely the best I can get, but I'm not going to wear it, well, then you haven't really accomplished anything. So when you see your audiologist and you're talking about different styles of hearing aids, you need to weigh the cosmetics, you need to weigh the comfort, and most of all, you need to weigh the efficiency of the hearing aid to resolve your hearing loss.
And to learn more, give the folks at Audiology Hearing Aid Associates a call. In Lynchburg, their number is 434-528-4245. In Danville, you can reach them at 434-799-6288. You can also find out more online at digitalhearingforyou.com.